Hey everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profit. I've got a bunch of friends together and I'm going to be showing them how to get involved with Osmosis. Osmosis has been working out really well for me, and I'm going to be sharing the information, how to get set up, how to trade with it. If you are a beginner in crypto, you want to watch this video because I know and I've seen the difference that it's made in people's lives. A very dear friend of mine, I introduced her to Osmo in August last year. She put more money in than she'd intended to. She made a bit of a mistake. But what happened out of that is that the returns she's been getting have been so extraordinary that she is now able to pay for her mother's nursing care out of the rewards that she's getting out of her original investment in Osmo.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Find the best cryptocurrency investments. Check out Token Metrics. Use my affiliate link for a discount. So these are some of my friends and contacts. I've got Crypto Mark, who's going to be supporting me in managing all of this. And I'm going to be taking questions at some point, not all the questions. And I'm not giving you any financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned as I've been traversing the blockchain these last few years, and in particular, what I've learned about the Osmosis DEX and the Osmosis ecosystem, which is part of the Cosmos ecosystem. This is a chart that I found on the internet, and when I did a search for learning curve, and I did a search on DuckDuckGo, because one of the things we're going to cover is security, and I don't use Google search. You are starting on this journey. You might be here, you might be here, you might be here, you might even be here, or you might be here. From my conversations with you, none of you are here. But I'm just going to be touching on some of the stuff, and then you're responsible for traveling along this red line and dealing with everything that comes up that's an obstacle, everything that you don't know, checking it out on the internet and educating yourself. We are entering a new paradigm. What you know about money and how money works and banking and fiat currencies, and by fiat currencies, I mean dollar and the pound and what you can get in a savings account or a regular investment, it doesn't apply in the paradigm of cryptocurrencies. Have fun traveling this line. I would say that generally when it comes to cryptocurrencies, I'm at this end. But when I look into particular projects and I dig down into the detail of those projects, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm here, and sometimes I'm here, okay? So now I'm not going to cover everything about cryptocurrency. I'm going to give you the basics that will set you up so then you can start making money from Osmosis. So one of the things that people ask me when they're looking at getting involved in cryptocurrency was, how can I cash out? How can I turn my Bitcoin or my cryptocurrency into real money? Now, the mistake that I think they made is by talking about pounds and dollars or relating to them as real money. That's Toy Town monopoly money that is getting inflated away. I take the point of view that real money is gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And Bitcoin I often use as a proxy for cryptocurrencies because they can't be inflated away and they can't be controlled and managed in the way that fiat currencies like the pound and the dollar are managed by central banks and government entities, and we have no say in the matter, and they just print it like crazy. But how can you cash out? How can you convert your Bitcoin, or in this case, your Osmosis, your Osmo, or your Atom, which is another cryptocurrency we're going to be looking at, into pounds or dollars? Depending upon the different jurisdictions that you're in, there are different ways of doing it. You can use exchanges, and exchanges are marketplaces, bazaars, where you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. And some of them also allow you to convert to pounds. Now, to do so, you would need to do KYC. KYC is know your customer. This is where you got to provide proof of address, a picture of your passport or your driving license to verify your identity. So usually where there's a connection between a cryptocurrency and a fiat, so you're going for a fiat off-ramp, so you're going from crypto to fiat, pounds or dollars, you got to do KYC. Or an on-ramp, which is where you're going from fiat to a cryptocurrency, you got to do KYC. Now, exchanges that come to mind, Binance, Kraken, blockchain.com in the UK, CoinFloor, you can find these via DuckDuckGo. The one that I'm going to talk to you about, and I'm going to mention because I have found this very, very useful, plus you'll get $25 signing up if you use my link. And I recommend you do that because the $25 that you get are in CRO, which is connected to the Osmo ecosystem, which is what we're going to be talking about. Now, I'm going to use ticker symbols. BTC is the ticker symbol for Bitcoin, just a short form. CRO is the ticker symbol for crypto.com, which is another cryptocurrency. Atom is the ticker symbol for the coin that belongs to the Cosmos project. Osmo is the ticker symbol for the token that belongs to the Osmosis project. Now, another bit of esoteric jargon is the difference between a coin and a token. Don't worry about it. Sometimes I'll say coin, sometimes I'll say token. It's not going to make a difference to you. Now, crypto.com gives you and gives me a Visa debit card. I can load it with various cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin or Crow or Atom. I can then go shopping with it. I can also load it with fiat, and I can go shopping with that. And if I load it with fiat, depending upon which level I've signed up for, I get cash back. Now, if you use my link, you get $25 worth of Crow. I also get $25 worth of Crow. So that's one way that you can cash out and also cash in. The next thing I want to speak to you about is security. When you and I park our money in a bank, the bank or our gold or our silver, the bank keeps everything secure. They will take care of stuff. They'll have vaults, they'll have security features and stuff. With cryptocurrencies, you are your own bank. And that's one of the advantages of cryptocurrency. It's also one of the disadvantages in as much as you have to be responsible for it. If where you hold your cryptocurrency gets compromised, that's it. Money gone, crypto gone. There's no getting it back or anything. So you got to be really, really careful and use different security measures to keep your crypto safe and secure. And one of the ones that I recommend is using a VPN. And the one that I'm currently using is NordVPN. And how I came across NordVPN is I did research myself about the best VPN to use. I compared lots of different ones and I settled on NordVPN. And then if you use my affiliate link, you get 30 days trial for free. Plus you get something like, I don't know, 65, 70% discount on some of their packages. And what a VPN does is it secures the data that goes in and out of your computer. So I'm using a VPN now. I've got, let me show you here. I've got my VPN, my NordVPN connected to the United Kingdom. I can change it and connect it to the United States or Argentina or Albania or any of these other jurisdictions where they have servers. And what happens is that the information that goes out of my computer gets scrambled and encrypted and disguised. And so does the information that comes into my computer get scrambled and disguised and encrypted so that I can't be spied upon. People can't intercept my traffic. The other advantage of a VPN is, for example, when I was in Pakistan a couple of years ago, Pakistan had banned the use of a particular messaging application called Telegram. Now, Telegram is very, very big in the cryptocurrency space. And I'm on Telegram talking to many, many projects, and I couldn't get Telegram in Pakistan. But I have a VPN. So I turn on my VPN and then I can access Telegram because I can make it look like I'm in the United States or the UK. And this can be useful when you're using different, investigating or researching different cryptocurrency projects. The other thing about NordVPN is it has an application that stops you going to fraudulent websites. So if I wanted you to send me your money, your Bitcoin, one of the things I might do is I might set up a cryptocurrency website that is fake. It looks like the real one. Like I could set up a fake Binance website, which instead of being spelled BINANCE is spelled BINNANCE.com. So you could end up going to Binance.com and then sending your crypto to there, and I'm stealing your crypto because it's a fraudulent website. It's a phishing attack. NordVPN has an application that detects phishing attacks. Now, that's not 150 million% guaranteed. So you still got to be careful and wary, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And I asked you all to download either the Brave browser or the Opera browser as an additional security feature, which I'll talk about in a moment. let me show you one of the ways of checking any website. This is coingecko.com, and this has listings of different cryptocurrencies. Like if you want to know where Cosmos is listed, it's number 20 by market cap, and I'll explain what that is in a second. Opera has this feature. I'm on Opera right now. It has a built-in VPN, and my VPN is connected. Now, I don't know how strong or secure this VPN is compared to NordVPN or some of the other proprietary ones, but it is free and it is a beginning VPN. So I've got it turned on as well as my NordVPN. The other thing that I can do with any website before I go to it is I check the security certificate. So this will tell me that the connection is secure and the certificate is valid. So I'm not going to a scammy phishing website here. Now, in a way, it doesn't matter with coingecko.com because I'm not sending them any crypto. This is just a news and information website. Let me just see if anybody has any questions.
Yes, we do. We have Crypto Emma.
Yes, Crypto Emma.
Hi, Crypto Rich. My question is, how secure are apps on the phone? So, for example, if I have a crypto wallet and I can access it through an app on the phone, should I be doing that, or should I get rid of that and use it through my laptop with a VPN?
Sometimes the mobile applications don't have the same functionality as the laptop or the desktop applications. And that's certainly the case with the Kepler wallet, which is what we're going to be using. I have very few apps, and this is my personal thing, right? And if anybody has anything to contribute to this conversation, put it as a comment in the description below if you're watching this video. So I have my crypto.com app on my phone. I have CoinGecko because there's no risk with that one. They're not asking me for any information. I'm not storing any crypto on there. I generally don't use mobile phone apps on my phone because I'm afraid about using my mobile. I do have another mobile, a spare, which I use for my Google Authenticator, which is another security app, which I'm not going to get into now. Also, where I use my wallet apps, like because there are hardware wallets, which you can connect to accounts online. I use them on a spare mobile that I don't carry around with me. So that's how I do that. And some of the stuff like hardware wallets, wallet apps, what are you talking about, Crypto Rich? Some of that I'm not going to get into in this video. Remember the learning curve, okay? You're going to have to do some of your own research into some of this stuff, okay? So, Crypto Emma, have I answered your question?
Yes, you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Crypto Carly?
Hi, sorry, do you mind showing us how to check the security certificate again?
What you do, you click on the padlock, and depending upon which browser you're using, it might be a little bit different, but it's essentially here. So I go to connection is secure. This is how it works on the Opera browser. And then it tells me the certificate is valid. And if I wanted to go into more information, I would go into this.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
Fabulous. Okay. What is next? So I asked you all to download the Opera browser or the Brave browser, and you may not already be using those. I have on my laptop Firefox browser, Chrome browser, Safari browser, because I'm on a Mac, Brave browser, and Opera browser. And I use them for different things. Now, I use one of those browsers, Brave or Opera, I use for my Kepler wallet and also other cryptocurrency wallets. I don't have any other type of extensions on those wallets. So, for example, there are ad blockers, there are productivity extensions that you can have. So like on Opera, there's this little extension that I use sometimes that allows me to draw on websites, and I can draw lines and things like that, right? I don't have this extension or any other extension on the browsers where I have my browser-based wallets like Kepler. So that's an additional security feature. Now, for the purpose of this video, I am going to be showing you how to install Kepler on an Opera browser, but it's not the wallet that I'm going to keep. If you have downloaded one of those browsers, what you want to do is go to this website, kepler.app, KEPLR.app, KEPLR.app. Don't go to one which is spelled differently, like with two P's or two L's. The chances are that is a scammy website. Let me just check the security certificate. Connection is secure. Click on that. Certificate is valid. Now, once you do that, you click on Install Kepler for Chrome. Brave and Opera are both types of Chrome wallets. They're essentially forks. So they've taken the Chrome code and they've modified it a little bit to create Opera and Brave, which have different features from Chrome. The other reason why I don't use Chrome is I don't really want to be tracked by Google everywhere I go. So you click on Install Kepler for Chrome, and that takes you to the Google Play Store. And because I'm in Opera, I click on Add to Opera. This extension is not from the Opera add-on store, so its contents have not been verified by Opera, and I'm just going to add the extension. Okay, does anybody have any questions about what I'm doing right now or anything we've added so far?
We have Crypto Emma.
Yeah, so if we happen to have got Kepler wallet on something other than Opera, can we just download it onto Opera? Do we need to, is that all right? Like I mean, I'm answering my own question. That was a stupid question. It probably will just let us do it, won't it? We haven't put we've not done anything else yet with it.
Yep, no, you can do that. You can do it in Opera or Brave. You can do it in any browser that you want to use, as long as it's not your regular one. I like Opera because of the addition, because of the free VPN it has, and also I think it's very nice and clean.
Yeah, I like Opera too.
Browser anyway. You can, if you do it on Brave browser, you can set it up to so you're earning BAT, which is the cryptocurrency that is part of the Brave browser. So you earn BAT tokens for using Brave browser. I haven't done that for no reason whatsoever, but that may be something that you want to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Now, I think I should explain what a wallet is. It's an account where you store your cryptocurrencies, but not all cryptocurrencies are equal or can be stored on one particular wallet. In fact, you will find as you travel across the blockchain, you may find that you'll need hundreds, what might seem like hundreds and millions and billions and trillions of different wallets or different accounts to manage. A Kepler wallet is useful for assets that belong to the Cosmos ecosystem, which is a particular type of blockchain technology. You can't store Bitcoin on it, not yet. You can't store Ethereum on it, not yet. You can't store Litecoin on it, not yet. Maybe that will come, maybe it won't. Then there are other wallets like Exodus wallet or Garda wallet or hardware wallets or software wallets or paper wallets or web wallets. They're all different ways of storing particular cryptocurrencies. You can also store your cryptocurrencies on exchanges, of which there are two types: centralized exchanges called SEXs, like Binance, or decentralized exchanges called DEXs. Do not store cryptocurrencies on an exchange. Anybody got any idea why you shouldn't store it on an exchange, on a centralized exchange? Carly?
It's easier for other people to steal it. It's less secure.
Absolutely. It is easier. What can happen is, this has happened. I set up a cryptocurrency exchange. I run it for a couple of years. People send their Bitcoin and their ETH and they transact, and I'm making money and I've got hundreds and thousands of Bitcoin. And then, oh my God, the exchange gets hacked. Or I say it got hacked and then I disappear. That has happened. Or the exchange gets captured by regulators. The regulators in a particular jurisdiction said, we're shutting you down. Bye-bye crypto, gone. If you don't have access to the password, which in cryptocurrency is called private keys, it ain't your crypto. You've got to hold on to your private keys. And that phenomenon of where you're placing your crypto in an exchange or you've got your fiat in a bank is what's known as counterparty risk. I'm entrusting another party to hold on to my money. So I'm trusting that that other counterparty is reliable, honest, and secure. And it may not be. And with cryptocurrencies, there's no insurance scheme generally that you're going to get your funds back. So it's a difference, say, between I got £10 in my own pocket, I'm responsible for that, or I got £10 in a bank and the bank can get robbed or captured in some way. Okay, so a wallet is a particular type of account, a particular type of mechanism or procedure, and in some instances, it can be in a hardware device, a physical device, where your cryptocurrencies are stored. A little bit, I suppose, like an email system. We use different email systems: webmail, Gmail, Fastmail, Outlook, this one, that one. That's an account where your electronic messages are stored and where you send and receive your electronic messages. You'll have a public address, like cryptorich@gmail.com, which, by the way, is not my email address. I don't know whose that is, right? which you let people know, and then you have a password which gives you access. And what you don't do is give out the password to people, because then they can access your electronic messages. So that's an analogy for cryptocurrency wallets. I hope that communicates. Here we are in my Opera browser. I click on this, and here you can see the Kepler wallet. So I'm going to show you through the steps of how to install a Kepler wallet, and you may have already done this. Now, the steps that I'm going through are pretty uniform for any cryptocurrency wallet. And it also is pretty uniform for any browser-based wallet, which is a browser like Kepler that works as an extension in a browser, like, for example, MetaMask. Let's go to the Kepler wallet. Let's open it up. Now, you can do this at the same time as I do this. Now, it says sign in with Google. I don't want to share my information with Google. I can create a new account, or I can import an existing account. Now, Crypto Emma, you asked about moving one account to another. Well, what you would do is you would import an existing account, and I'll show you how to do that, which is your private key or your mnemonic. And I'll cover what that is in a moment. You would take that, you would paste that here or type it in. You would give it an account name. You would give it a password, confirm the password. And the password can change each time you install it. The most important thing is the mnemonic or the private key. So let's go back, and then you follow the steps. Let's go back to creating a new account. So you click on create a new account, and then you can either have a 12-word seed phrase or a 24-word seed phrase. And this one, by the way, if you're watching this video, you're welcome to take your time to copy this seed phrase, because I'm not going to have any money in this seed phrase, in the wallet that's associated with this seed phrase, because anybody can have access to my crypto if they have access to this seed phrase. So keep your seed phrase private and secure. Do not give it away to anybody, because then it's bye-bye crypto. So this is just for demonstration purposes only. If you wish to spend your time trying it out for yourself, go knock yourself out. It is nice, convince, faint, then chicken blue, galaxy aware, mind thing, sibling, hedgehog. I give it a name. So I've given it a name. I'm going to give it a password, and the password I'm going to use is password, which is probably the most secure password ever. Nobody ever uses password as a password. I am kidding here, right? Don't use that. Make it complicated and memorable. Don't use 000000. Don't use 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 as a password. But you want a password that you know that you're going to remember. And one way to remember it is by you record the clue to that password. So, for example, if you had pets, you might have the names of your pets as the password, and then the clue which you write down somewhere is names of pets in chronological order, or names of schools that you went to, or names of towns that you've lived in chronological order, or the first names of your aunts or your uncles or your grandparents in chronological order. You've got to make sure that somebody else knows the answer to that clue should anything happen to you. That's one way of doing it. And there's other ways you've got of disguising passwords. Let me know in the comments below without giving away your password. Click on next. Now, here's the 12-word seed phrase, but the words are all jumbled up. Now, this is a security feature to make sure that I put the words in the right order. So I've got them up here. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't put them on a screen. Right? You want them written down offline, because that's way more secure, which is why I said have a pen and paper with you. So hybrid is the first word. I click on hybrid. That's going away. And we're going to hybrid, multiply, cement, monster. So multiply, cement, monster. Clown, piece, hurt. Clown, piece, hurt. Sun, worry, globe. Now, if I get the order wrong, it won't let me open the wallet. It won't do any harm, but I got to keep doing it until I get the order correct. Approve, simple. That's done. Click on register. It's now creating the wallet for me. You're all set. Open the extension and sign in to begin your interchain journey. Here we go. CR 2021 with the extraordinary balance of 0 atom. And I'm going to take you through the structure of this application. So this is the name of the account, and I can change that. by clicking on the profile here. I can see the mnemonic seed, which is the 12-seed passphrase. I can change the account. I can delete the account. Now, deleting the account, I can delete the account off this browser. As long as I've got the 12-word seed phrase, the mnemonic seed, I can restore it at any point. And in some respects, it's actually more secure to have it offline. However, if you're using this application regularly, several times a day, or at least once a day, you may not find it that convenient because you'd have to import the seed phrase every single time and restore the wallet. Okay, so this is the address. This is the public address, like my public email address. I can share this with people, no problem. It's not a risk. Sharing my 12 seed phrase, don't do that. Zero balance, staking, 14.87% per year. What that means is if I keep 100 Atom in this address, in this account, then over the course of a year, I will have earned 114.87 Atom. So the staking is the rewards that I'm going to get, the interest, if you like. Consider this like a savings account. Staking is really, really important. Not all cryptocurrencies allow you to earn money through staking. But also I can go to Osmosis. That's another cryptocurrency. It has a different address. I can't send Atom to Osmo. I can't send Osmo to Atom. It just the different blockchains. This gives 85.31%. Oh my gosh. Secret Network, another cryptocurrency, 24.67%. Here's one that was added recently to this wallet is Juno. That's paying 116.37% per year. If you are not in the cryptocurrency space, you might think 116.37% per year is quite a lot. I'm sorry, it's not. There's even more to come. You may have some questions about what I've said so far, like how come these high interest rates? Where does the money come from? Where does the money go? And what is staking? Anybody got those questions for me? Crypto Emma.
Crypto Rich. So why is the interest so high? Like, you know, what's the catch?
What's the catch? That's right. Because it's free money. It's free money. That's why. What is the catch? It's free money. That's right.
So, what is the risk? Is there a lot of risk? Is that why it's so high? So that I want to sort of understand why would they want to give £1,000 worth of interest?
Yes. Here is the risk, in particular with the Cosmos projects, as far as I can tell. I can invest a lot of time into, say, one of these projects that are in the Kepler. I can bring fiat money in. I can bring other cryptocurrencies that I've got for these projects, and then that project could fail. That's the risk. The project could turn out to be a complete scam, which, in my personal view, the way that Cosmos projects are set up makes it kind of unlikely. And I'm going to, because a lot of them, they're not asking for any money. But that doesn't mean it's not possible, because human beings are ingenious and will come up with ways to do unethical things with anything. In which case, that time and that money that I've invested in that project could end up going to zero, because they just run off with the money, or the project fails. It was a failed enterprise, like often happens with business. In which case, I think it's really important not to put in any more than you can afford to lose. And I didn't put in a lot into this project in the beginning, but I did start some time ago. And then I've been compounding my returns. So if, for example, you've got a project that's got 1,000% APR, and with the Osmos projects, with the Cosmos projects, it's declining slowly. If I'm compounding my returns over time, then I'm going to make ridiculous profits. And I keep compounding those, then the returns can be extraordinary, which is what has happened. Does that answer your question, Crypto Emma?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
If you want to ask that, who hasn't asked a question?
So Rich, the question I have is, like, I heard that that cryptocurrency is used by some quite shady characters.
Yes.
Is that the question is the ethical, like, anything that you could say about that?
Yes, cryptocurrency is used by shady characters. Fiat currency is used by shady characters.
Yeah, I get, actually, in asking the question, immediately what was there, of course, people use money for all sorts of things, like printed money. So whoever's using that money or that car or it's whatever their intention is to use that for. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's clear. Thank you.
It's human beings. One more, and some of them are really upfront, reputable organizations like HSBC got fined hundreds of millions of dollars for laundering drugs and arms with Mexican drug cartels. So that's my answer. Human beings.
Thank you, Crypto Rich.
Great. Okay, Crypto Carly, you have a question.
Going back to the ethics issue, I get that side of things. But as far as climate change goes, I did hear that there is a huge amount of energy that's being used for the mining of cryptocurrency. Yes. Can you tell me any more about that?
So there's lots and lots of articles in the mainstream media about how harmful Bitcoin is environmentally. You know, being Reuters, The Economist, Financial Times, The Guardian, The Daily Mail, CNN. Bitcoin is going to destroy the environment through mining. And that's a particular way of keeping the blockchain, the transactions that happen on a cryptocurrency, up to date through mining. How come I don't see so many articles that talk about the environmental damage caused by fiat currency, by what essentially is the creation of debt and the impoverishment of people through debt, because the pounds in your pocket, the dollars in your pocket, it's not money, it's debt. And when you take out a loan, you're creating more debt. When the government spends money on a particular thing, all they're doing is creating debt. So people are forever impoverished. Now, for that, you need to go into fractional reserve banking, and there's very little in the mainstream media about fractional reserve banking. I just find it very curious that they don't talk about it and how completely bankrupt and unworkable it is, because every single fiat currency collapses. And why it collapses is because it's a debt-based system that requires more and more debt being created to be repaid. And eventually the debts can't be repaid because they're too large. The thing for me about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is they are a challenge to the centralized monopolistic control of money. Who gets to issue money has lots and lots of power. You know, I think I'd like to be able to issue money that everybody else used, because then I'd get to say, I'd be richer than everybody else. I'd get to set the rules that everybody else uses that determine their economic and financial transactions. It's down to me. I'd like to have that power. But what cryptocurrencies do is they distribute that power. So there's no single entity that controls it. For example, a few years ago, India decided that the highest denomination banknotes were no longer valid. Millions of people were impoverished by that because they kept the large denomination rupee notes at home because they didn't trust banks. Their wealth wiped out in a second. Cryptocurrencies can't do that. Nobody controls Bitcoin. They're decentralized. So that decentralized structure is a threat to corporate, central government, and central banking power. So of course they're going to challenge it. That's my take on it.
Sorry, Rich. It's just that I'm not coming from that viewpoint. I understand what you're saying about the fiat currencies, but I've just got a separate consideration that I'm actually genuinely concerned about climate change, and as far as I'm concerned, we're all going to have to make changes and get used to them for the planet to become secure. Okay. And for when I come to this question of the mining of Bitcoin and I see the numbers of the amount of energy that's being used, then for me that doesn't work. Like we need to we can't be starting a new currency that is creating more of an energy problem at this time.
I've come across information that the amount of energy used by Bitcoin, which is the largest mining coin, is less than the electricity consumed by dishwashers in the United States, is much, much smaller than the electricity consumed by the gaming industry as computer gamers play their games. Nobody talks about we've got to stop using dishwashers or we've got to stop gamers. It makes sense for Bitcoin miners to gravitate towards the cheapest forms of electricity because it is so electricity intensive. And what happens is most Bitcoin mining is done by renewable energy sources. There isn't much Bitcoin mining going on in the UK because electricity is so expensive. So it does happen in places like Norway where they have hydropower. It happens in Texas where they use solar power. Or it's going to happen in Ecuador where the government are going to set up a Bitcoin mining farm using the heat generated from volcanic activity. So they use a lot of renewable energy, and it's tiny compared to some other applications, but they don't make the mainstream press because dishwashers don't challenge the central banking cartel. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about, that I want to move on to, is that the cryptocurrencies that we're talking about in this video use a new way of checking the blockchain, which is proof of stake, which is where we come into staking. None of these coins are mined. So you don't need to run expensive computers that use a lot of energy to keep the blockchain transactions up to date. How these coins and tokens do it is a little bit of crypto magic. You hold the atom in your wallet. That's it. You can turn your computer off. You can turn your mobile phone off. You can even take the wallet offline. And the transactions will get validated, will get updated. The blockchain will get updated. So all you do is you just hold them. Crypto Emma.
So just to be clear, I put Atom in the Kepler wallet, and that is staking.
Not yet. There's a few steps, but pretty much yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So staking and mining are two different ways of keeping the blockchain up to date. And the blockchain essentially is just a list of transactions. So Crypto Emma sent 1 Bitcoin to Crypto Mark, who sent 1 Bitcoin to Crypto Fifi, who sent 1 Bitcoin to Crypto D, who sent 1 Bitcoin to Crypto Alex, and so on. And it just keeps adding transactions. That's what the blockchain essentially is. But everyone has the same copy of this ledger. All the parties involved that are updating it has the same copy of the ledger. So nobody can change the ledger in one place without changing it everywhere. So it's designed to keep the whole system honest, which is kind of different to an account book, because one accountant can just do some creative accounting. But if there are 100,000 copies of that account book that all have to be changed at the same time, it's much harder to create fraudulent transactions. Now with staking, it's done by holding the coins or the tokens in your wallet. And in fact, I'm going to show you how now. So this is a Kepler account that I have. You can see here, I've got 24.95 atoms staked. I've got 2.243750 atom available, like it's not staked. Here's the address, and the balance of all this atom is $831. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to claim and how to stake your atom, or my atom in this instance. And the process that I'm going to use is pretty much the same for any of these tokens: Persistent, Sentinel, Carver, eMoney, Agoric, Juno. It's pretty much the same. Now, some of these ones, you see here this line, Straight Edge, Competition, Terra Key, Comdex, Chihuahua, they use different mechanisms for staking. But I'm not going to show you those, but I do want to show you this Nomic wallet. I don't have any NOM in this wallet. Right now, for staking, I earn 1,654.44% per year. It was, a couple of days ago, it was over 2,000%. It's gone down a little bit, but I'm quite happy with 1,600%. Now, where do the staking rewards come from? The staking rewards are coded into the blockchain. And like I said earlier, you can't change one copy of the blockchain without changing lots of other copies of the blockchain. So it's written into the program code. And sometimes a decay or a reduction in the staking reward is also written in. And sometimes it can get changed later. And there's ways and means that that's done in a way that's still decentralized and involves the token holders. We won't get into that now. So I'm going to claim this staking reward that I've earned since about 5:30 yesterday, or maybe it might have been a little bit later. So I click on claim and it takes me to this window. And this is the transaction fee. Most cryptocurrencies charge a little bit of money for every single transaction. This is going to charge me 4 cents. This will cost me 10 cents. This is 17 cents. And this determines the speed at which the transaction happens. I'm going to go for high, click on approve. And then this 0.27390 is going to get added to the available amount. And what's happening is while it was spinning here, the transaction was being updated on the Atom blockchain. So now I've got 2.265541 Atom. I'm now going to stake most of this, not all of it, because you've got to keep a little bit always available to pay for transaction fees. If you don't do that, you can't do anything with your crypto. And I have made that mistake. So I am now going to click on stake. Now, this process isn't the same for all staking cryptocurrencies. This is the same for cryptocurrencies that are not in beta, that are in the Kepler wallet. So you can see I've already earned this tiny amount of Atom here. And what I've got here are a list of validators. Now, you may ask, what are validators? Well, validators are enterprises that undertake to do the work to keep the blockchain up to date. And I'm going to choose particular validators, and the validators charge different rates of commission. This process of staking works with any of the coins and tokens that have gone through the beta phase in Kepler. It won't work with all of them, but it'll work for the more established projects. So I've clicked on staking, this page opens up, and then I can choose these validators. Now, what is a validator? A validator is a project that undertakes to update the transactions, and they charge different fees. Like Kraken, which is a cryptocurrency exchange, charges 100%. So I won't get any rewards because they keep everything for themselves. Stake.fish charges 4%. Certus One charges 12.5%. So you can see there's many, many validators for Atom. And you could, if you wanted to, is go and do some research into these validators and decide you want to support this validator or that validator. It's really up to you. I do not recommend going to a validator that charges no commission. And I do not recommend going to a validator that is from an exchange like Coinbase or Kraken. And the reason for not using those ones, and I think Binance also has one, Binance, is because when it comes to airdrops, you may not qualify for an airdrop if you've delegated your coins or your tokens to an exchange validator or one that charges 0%. If you use some of the smaller validators, like Pro Validator, outside of the top 20, you may qualify for extra airdrops. Now, what you're doing with the validator is you're not giving them your crypto, you're giving them your votes. And the number of votes you have is dependent upon the number of coins or tokens you have. So I'm using Game. Don't ask me why I'm using Game, but I'm using Game. I click on Manage, and then this window opens up. I click on Delegate, and the available balance I have is 2.265541. I am going to delegate to Atom, and that will leave me 0.265541 available, which is more than enough to pay for transaction fees, but I like to do now round numbers. So I'm going to click on Delegate. Another window opens up, which is asking me to approve this transaction, which I'll do in a moment. Now, once I've staked the coins or the tokens, I can't do anything with them for 21 days. It's like a notice period I have to give. Now, the coins stay in my wallet. It's the vote that each coin or token has that I'm saying, okay, can go to this validator. I'm delegating my votes. But if I wanted to unstake, I would click on unstake, which showed up earlier. I'll show you in a second. And then it would take 21 days before those coins would be available for me to transact with. Anyway, so I'm going to stake, click on approve. That has now gone through, and you can see the amount has shifted from 24.95 or whatever it was to 26.95. I can go and check in my Kepler wallet. I mean, this website is my Kepler wallet. And I can see here that the balance has also changed. Any questions about staking?
So two things. One is, as I was looking up my validators, I haven't got Game
on my validators. So I guess I'll have to sort of work out how to choose a validator at some other time. Have you got some sort of physical analogy that you can use to explain staking?
Right. Let me address your first comment. Are you looking at, when you were looking at your validators, are you looking at Atom or another cryptocurrency?
Osmosis.
Yeah.
Osmo.
Game may not be a validator for Osmo.
Uh-huh.
So some of the larger validators like Consensus or Sentinel, they will validate lots and lots of different cryptocurrencies, but not necessarily all of them. So Game aren't a validator for Atom, so you won't find, they're a validator for Atom, not for Osmo. So I wouldn't worry.
Right. Got it.
An analogy for staking. The actual process of validating the blockchain, or how come the money turns up in your account? The money, think of the staking wallets as savings accounts. You basically lock your crypto in an account, and then you get rewarded depending upon how much you put in and how long you put it in for. Then with regards to what happens on the blockchain in the back end, all that's happening is the blockchain transactions are being updated. That's all that's happening. Now, I don't fully understand how staking works, but I don't understand how a fridge works. I do know that if I want to keep my food cool, I put it in the fridge. That means opening the door and putting it in the fridge. I don't know how the Freon gas and all that stuff in the back works. I don't need to. What I need to know is how to use this application so that it's useful for me. Does that answer your question?
Yes. So just to make sure I've got it, the savingsy bit of it, that's the bit that's in the staking bit, or that's the bit that's in the where it came from? When you put it in your account.
With the Kepler wallet, staking is when I delegate it, like I showed you, to a particular validator, and then it's staked. Overall, it operates like a savings account. So
that's what I mean. So the staked bit is the savings account. That's the saved bit.
That's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to do something particular with it. I can't just have it in my wallet. I got to delegate it to a validator. And that's true of Cosmos cryptocurrency projects. It may not be true. It may be different with other cryptocurrency project ecosystems. Crypto Emma?
So more questions really on how do I choose which one to stake with. I got not to use any exchange ones. I got not to use any free ones. But otherwise, is there any risk in choosing the wrong one, or?
No. The risk is, as far as I understand it, is because they don't have my coins or my tokens, they can't run off with them.
Right.
What might happen is that the validator goes offline for a moment, for a couple of days, and then I wouldn't get rewards for that period. Or the validator might go offline permanently, and then I wouldn't get rewards for that period. But the coins and tokens stay with me. I tend to choose ones that charge 5% commission. I tend to choose names that I've come across as I travel along the blockchain, but then I meet lots and lots of projects. Because I'm involved with some of the projects and following some of the projects, I might get information, okay, that I should put it with this one, or I should put it with that one, or I support this one or that one. In the beginning, it was just this one, that one, this one, this one, tending towards the larger ones. Okay.
So the larger, and did you say that charge a high percentage or a?
No, I go for ones that charge 5%.
5. Okay, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, and what I'm charging is 5% of the potential rewards. So the rewards that are in my Kepler wallet are net of whatever commission fee the validator charges.
Okay. And then obviously earlier you showed individual, so you stake it with the staker, or the stakeholder, and then and then what happens? How does it then get to each of the individual things that you showed earlier with 1,000% or 5, whatever it was?
Okay, different cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
In the Cosmos ecosystem, they're all different blockchains. They all have different codes.
Yeah.
And in those codes, they all reward their token holders different rates.
Okay.
The newer projects tend to give higher rewards as an incentive for people to get involved in those projects.
Okay.
And because what they want is people to buy up their coin or their token, so they give high incentives so people go and do that.
So that's another step beyond this. So this, we're just saying, I'm choosing Pro Validator or whoever, here's £10, 50, whatever it is, however many coins. And then there's another step or not, or I just put it in and then something happens.
Yeah, you put it in and something happens. With Atom, 24 hours later, there'll be, given how many Atom I've got in that wallet, there'll be enough rewards for me to take out and delegate to either the same validator or any other validator. So this way I'm compounding every 24 hours. Now, if you have a very small amount of Atom, it may not be worthwhile to do it every 24 hours because of the transaction fees. If you have a very large amount of Atom, you could do it every hour, and then you're compounding on an hourly basis, and then you're going to be richer than, I don't know, the Federal Reserve. Atom is a very established project. It is the mother crypto of the Cosmos ecosystem, so the rewards are much, much lower.
Right.
Does that answer your question?
And at some point, then that stops, and then something else happens, is what I'm hearing.
Possibly. It may not ever stop. Because with Atom, there is no limit to the number of atoms that get created.
Okay.
So they can always make sure that it's being incentivized. But that's coded into the smart contract, into the blockchain code, so it can't be tampered with. It's already set in stone, so they can't change the inflation rate. It's about, I think, 10 to 20% for Atom.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. Cryptocurrency.
That super answers it.
So there's a couple of things, but is this like we are loaning those projects the right to count that money within their project, and yet we can't lose the money?
Yes.
Is it something like that?
It is something like that. The money, the crypto stays with me in my wallet, and all I'm doing is nominating them.
Yeah. So if they go bust or go offline, what actually will happen in reality? I understand that we don't lose the money. I understand that once we put it in, we can't touch it for 21 days. So they've gone bust in that time. We have to wait 21 days before we can get it back. Is that right?
That I don't know the answer to. And if anybody's watching this video, please put and you know the answer, put it in the comments below. I've not had to deal with that.
Okay.
It's probably more likely to happen with newer validators that are less established. I think it's unlikely with the more reliable, larger validators. Plus also, I think the validators themselves go through a particular process because they have to have certain infrastructure set up. If they do go offline, well, okay, I didn't get rewards for that period. Or once they went offline, that's the loss.
Okay. And even if nothing's going bust or anything like that, if once 21 days is over, you can keep it in there, but you could take it out at any moment. Is that right?
Yeah. The rewards that are available, I can take out. And if I want to have more rewards available, if I want to unstake the coins that are staked, I need to give 21 days notice. And how I would do that, let me show you. I would click on stake. I would go to the delegator the validator that I'm using, click on manage. I would click on undelegate. And then I can decide how much I want to undelegate. So I can do 2, I can do the whole lot, I can do part of it. It's entirely up to me. I would click on undelegate, and then I have to approve that transaction in the next window. And then from there, 21 days begins. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So it's like a sort of 21-day deposit account, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, you could think of it that way.
Okay, great.
Crypto AZ.
Thank you. Just one more question. So I'm just looking at now. I picked a delegator, and I'm thinking, right. I mean, is it a little bit like I can do, one with one delegator and one with another? I can just like a whole bunch, and that's a good thing to spread the bet, kind of thing.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing or a better thing or a not better thing. It is a thing. That's what we can say.
I'd like, I'd kind of like to try one now, just so I feel like I've done it. Do you know what I mean? Like I know the process.
You can have different numbers of validators, different validators. I could have 26.95 validators by giving them all one atom each. I could have 52 validators by giving them half an atom each. I could, so on. I could just have one. I could have 2. the thing that I found, because I have quite a few of these projects, it just takes a long time to stake and claim and go through each one.
Yes, I'm with you.
But you may not have that issue right now.
Okay, so you put the amount in, and then you press average, and then you press stake. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, I'm doing it.
Great. Crypto Carly?
Yeah, so do we need to keep going back to it to claim the interest we've got to put it in to be staked?
To claim it, you would just click on here.
But do we need to do that for that then to get staked with everything else?
Yeah. So what I do is I go in and I claim my rewards on a regular basis, and then I restake them. So I got to claim it like I did at the beginning, and then approve the transaction, and then 100 point. Oh my god, 100 little atoms. That's now going to show up in here, and then I can stake it. So
and how often do you do it normally?
I do every 24 hours. Okay. Some of the cryptocurrencies that I have, I don't have a lot of. So I might do it once or twice a week, because I want to make sure that the fees that I pay aren't too large, that they're eating away at my interest rewards. Okay, so I've showed you how to claim and stake. I've showed you how to set up your Kepler wallet. You might be interested now in, well, how can I get this Osmo or other cryptocurrency projects? Because Atom and CRO, you can get in crypto.com, or you can get on Binance. In fact, let me show you something. Okay, I've showed you how to install and set up your Kepler wallet, some security features you need to take care of. I've showed you how you can claim and stake, but how do you get started with these different cryptocurrency projects within the Cosmos ecosystem? And how do you find where to buy them? You might want to use my crypto.com application, which lets you buy Atom and CRO, as well as two I haven't mentioned, Luna and Terra. You can get those from crypto.com and send them all to your Kepler wallet within the crypto.com app. But you might want to start with another cryptocurrency. What you would do, go to any particular cryptocurrency on coingecko.com. Let's say we're going to choose Atom. So go to coingecko.com, and I prefer this to some of the other listing systems that you can find. And the biggest one is CoinMarketCap, but I use coingecko.com. So here we go. I've clicked on the listing for Atom. And Atom is the name of the coin. Cosmos is the name of the project. So I scroll down, click on maximum, and this shows me the price history of this coin when it first listed, shortly after it launched. So $2.75 on the 24th February 2019. Going on to right now, $30.88 on the 6th of February, which is when I'm recording this video. It had an all-time high of $44.45 and an all-time low of $1.16. I bought it shortly after that. I bought it pretty low. I did well. Now, if I scroll up, see here, markets, click on markets. This will tell me the exchanges that I can purchase Atom on. So here's Binance. I can purchase Atom with USDT, which is another cryptocurrency. I can go to Coinbase and purchase Atom with USD. Crypto.com exchange, you can buy it with USDT. There may be others that I can buy it with on Crypto.com exchange. There you go. I can buy it with Bitcoin on Crypto.com. I could have a look at any of these other exchanges. And the top one is Osmosis. I can buy Atom with Osmo. Those are the trading pairs where I swap one for another. Now, what you could do is you go to Binance, you deposit crypto in there, you go through the Binance mechanism, and then you've bought your Atom, and then you send it to your Kepler wallet so you can transact with the Osmosis DEX, which is what we're going to be covering, which is the decentralized exchange, the decentralized marketplace, where I've been making some very, very good returns. Any questions about this?
Question from the other half of Crypto Emma. Can you transfer Atom from a wallet to Kepler, a different wallet?
Yeah.
To Kepler?
Yeah, you can transfer any cryptocurrency that's in this wallet to any other wallet, provided both wallets allow you to store that cryptocurrency. You qualify here. You can in the UK buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, ETH, and I think Bitcoin Cash from PayPal, but PayPal doesn't let you transfer the cryptocurrency out. So I wouldn't buy cryptocurrency from PayPal, because then there's counterparty risk. But if you've got a hardware wallet which stores Atom, you'll be able to, from that hardware wallet or from Exodus or from an exchange, send it to another wallet.
Okay.
That also stores Atom. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So that's how to get basic information on where you can buy and sell or trade in particular cryptocurrencies. That isn't Osmosis. Now I'm going to take you to Osmosis, where it's very, very easy to trade. It really, really is very, very easy. Now, it might seem impossible for you because you're new to the world of cryptocurrency, but compared to the impossibilities of some of the other trading processes, oh my God, this is so easy. So let's go over to osmosis.zone. Now, this is a decentralized exchange that launched end of June 2021. And I started using this exchange because I was staking Atom, and then I came across a news article that said everybody who stakes Atom is going to get 1 Osmo for every Atom that they have staked. So what? I'm going to get 1 Osmo for 1 Atom? How much is it going to cost me? Nothing. It's what's called an airdrop. That because I was staking Atom, I qualified for the Osmo airdrop, which, put very simply and bluntly, is the Osmo tokens are going to be sent to my wallet. Now, I might need to click a few buttons here and there on different websites so I can claim them. Some projects make the process simpler than others. With Osmo, it was very, very simple. What I had to do was to connect my Kepler wallet, which had my Atom in it, to osmosis.zone. And I'll show you how to do that. It is so ridiculously simple. And Osmo, when it first launched, was offering staking rewards of 500%. So I took my Kepler wallet, connected to Osmosis, started staking my free Osmo at 500%, and then restaking every 24 hours, every 24 hours, every 24 hours, every 24 hours. And if you know anything about the magic of compounding, especially at 500%, over the course of 7 months, it's really built up into a very nice nest egg. Now, the staking rewards have reduced from 500%. They gradually went down and down and down and down and down and down. And now they're a measly 87%. And they may go down more. Okay, so go to osmosis.zone, check that the connection is secure, the certificate is valid, yes. And here it says enter the lab. This, by the way, is a beautiful decentralized exchange. I've used other ones. This one is so beautiful, so easy to use, fluid, fast. It is fabulous. It is one of the things that's really drawn me to the Cosmos ecosystem, which is how well designed the applications and the projects are. So one of the things about the Cosmos projects is the fees are very, very low. If I want to send Ethereum, which you may have heard of, it can cost anything 10, 15, 25, sometimes more in terms of dollars to send a little bit of Ethereum. To send $10 of Ethereum might cost me $25. With Bitcoin, it might cost me, depending upon how busy the blockchain is, the Bitcoin blockchain, 5, 10, maybe a couple of dollars. With the Cosmos projects, to send and transact with their coins and tokens, the fees are tiny. And with Osmo, often the fees are 0, and it's very, very fast. A Bitcoin transaction can take 30 minutes. An Ethereum transaction can take 5, 10, 30 minutes, sometimes longer. Cosmos-based projects, matter of seconds. So I've clicked on Enter the Lab, and it takes me to this window. And then what I got to do is click on Connect Wallet at the bottom. Now I can use Wallet Connect, which is a different form of browser-based wallet. I'm using Kepler wallet. Now you can see here 6.34 Osmo. And if I open that up and I select Osmosis, there we go, 6.349837 Osmo. So what's happening is by connecting it, I've allowed the website to read the information in my wallet. It doesn't have my coins or my tokens. It can just read what's in there. And what Osmosis is an application that's on the blockchain. So it's fully decentralized. There's no central point of control, which means it can't be captured by regulators. It's difficult to hack. Hacks are possible, but it's decentralized. It's also what's known as peer-to-peer. And what I mean by peer-to-peer is that I'm not transacting with an entity. I'm transacting with other token holders, with other coin holders, with other people that have got their crypto in a Kepler wallet or the other wallet, the Wallet Connect. So it's a little bit like if you and I were in the same room and I send you some Atom and you send me some Osmo. So it's peer-to-peer. The only thing is this is happening over the blockchain. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to buy some Osmo using Osmosis DEX, because Osmo isn't on any centralized exchanges. It's really only on Osmosis DEX, and most of the Osmo that's traded is on Osmosis DEX. It may be on one or two smaller centralized exchanges, but it's always better to go to any exchange that has the largest volume of trades, because there you tend to get the best prices. So I'm going to buy Atom. I'm going to use my Atom to buy some Osmo, because I've bought Atom from my Crypto.com card. And this process also works for CRO, Luna, and Terra, which are on lots of centralized exchanges and also on Crypto.com. Let me just check the Atom that I have. I've got 0.255935 Atom that's available. I'm going to click on Assets. And if I scroll down, it says 0 Atom on the Osmosis smart contract, connected to the Osmosis smart contract. But this is the Osmo that's in my wallet. That's automatically connected. As soon as I click on Connect here, Osmosis DEX can read what's in my wallet and I can transact with it. Now, there is a risk that the smart contract can be corrupted. There might be a bug in it. It can get hacked. Somebody might find a weakness in the code and take the crypto that's been listed on the Osmosis DEX. So I could lose this 6.349837 Osmo. But they tend to be more secure than centralized exchanges, and an established DEX, I think, is more secure than a new DEX. And this one's pretty large. Okay, so I click on deposit. And what this is my Kepler wallet, and it's going to send it to the smart contract of the DEX. Now, what do I mean by smart contract? Well, a smart contract allows for programmable money. Bitcoin is not programmable. Gold is not programmable. The pound, the dollar is not programmable. And what I mean by programmable is that it can fulfill certain functions. And one of the functions it can fulfill is the giving of interest in the form of rewards. Now, I'm going to deposit 0.2 because I want to keep a little bit in my Atom wallet. So I put in 0.2. I could put in maximum, and that's minus the transaction fee, but I'm just going to do 0.2. Click on deposit. Now, because it's coming from my Kepler wallet, from the Kepler blockchain to interact with this smart contract, the fees are in Atom. I'm going to choose high, so it happens quickly. Waiting for the transaction to be included in the block. The transaction is successful. See how quick that was. That still says 0. Let me just refresh the page. That still says 0. Okay, here we go. Atom has been successfully deposited, and there it is, 0.2, which is $6.14. Now what I want to do is I want to use the Atom to purchase Osmo. So I'm going to go to trade. Now in this page, you can see 0.2 Atom, which is what I've deposited on the smart contract, or which can interact with the smart contract. I can transact with Osmo, but I can also choose any of these cryptocurrencies, and you can play around with this. You don't actually have to have any cryptocurrency to play around with this application. And let's say I'm going to do 0.2. I'm going to swing out and sell and buy $6 worth of Osmo. So I put in 0.2. I could also put in 0.1. I could choose half or max if I want to shortcut it, and then click on swap. I have to approve the transaction. If I change my mind, I can just close this window and the transaction won't happen, or I can reject it. Now look at the fees. Low will cost me nothing. Average will cost me nothing. High will cost me 5 cents for it to happen quickly. So most of the transactions in Osmo can be done at no cost. I'm going to click on approve. Waiting for the transaction to be included in the block. Transaction successful. I then go to assets. You can see my Osmo account has increased by 0.6 Osmo. And then if I go to my Kepler wallet, Go to Osmo. There it is, 7.041191. And I can stake it here because this is available. I can stake. I've been staking to Chihuahua, another delegator. Chihuahua is a very funny cryptocurrency. Click on manage, click on delegate. Approve the transaction. And again, you can see 0 fees for low and average. I click on approve. And then this, where it says my delegation, once the transaction is approved, would become 207. Go back to the wallet. Now, if I had staked it, where it says 200, it would say 207. And then let's say tomorrow I get another, well, I will get more rewards at 85.26% per year, but that'll be based on the 207. And then the following day, I'll get rewards based on the 207. And then I claim those rewards and I compound them. And let's say it's another 7. So now I've got 214 that I'm staking. So this can build up very, very quickly through the magic of compounding. So the 200 can become quite ridiculous. I'm going to show you how to send the crypto from one Kepler wallet to another account. And it's also how to receive crypto from one wallet to another account. And the process is the same for any cryptocurrency in a Kepler wallet, including Osmo. So I'm going to show you with Atom, and the process is the same with all the other cryptocurrencies within the Kepler wallet. What I want is an address to receive. So I've got other wallets here. I'm going to go to this one because I can set up different accounts. And here is the address to receive. I click on receive. So if I click on this address that I want to send to, it's now copied it. I go back to the address that I'm sending from. Here we go. I click on send. I put in the address that I want to send to. Control V or Command V. How much am I going to send? Well, if I click on this, it will send the whole amount minus the transaction fee. Or I can say, I'm just going to send 0.01. Now there's a minimum that the amount needs to be, but I think with Atom, it's tiny. You can't send 0. And you always want to leave a little bit for transaction fees. So I'm going to send a 0.1, and then I can choose a low fee, average fee, or a high fee. I'm going to do a high fee. Click on that. Click on send. Approve the transaction. It's gone already. 0.03 is the balance here. Let me go to the other wallet. And I think it's arrived here. I didn't check the balance beforehand, but there you go. It'll turn up. It can't go anywhere else as long as I got the address right. I can't send Atom to an Osmo address. I can't send Osmo to a Juno address. The applications, the blockchain only recognizes addresses of that blockchain. Okay, any questions about this? Crypto AZ.
The choice of low, average, or high.
The advantage is speed. That's all it is. A high transaction is much, much faster than an average transaction, which is much, much faster than a low transaction. But the difference is in seconds. Okay. Now, have you got, you got to give me the right answer for this because then I'll know whether I did this right. Have you got what you need to go and get some Atom or Crow, convert it to Osmo, and then start staking your cryptos in the Kepler wallet and claiming your rewards?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Well, I can't see all of your thumbs, and a couple of you haven't put thumbs up. Oh, well, you have to watch the video and practice and play. And then once you do that, oh my God, anything anybody wants to say before we finish up?
Just thank you. That was, I can't wait to I think I can do the first bit and then I want to follow through the video. So. Yeah,
there's also, if you go to the Kepler website, Crypto Emma, then they do have really helpful guides. And also it might be useful for you all to to install a Telegram app. And then from Telegram, go join the Osmosis Telegram group where you can ask all your questions. If you do join Telegram, don't use your real names on Telegram. I don't recommend you do that. And watch out for all kinds of scammers on Telegram. Do not send your private key or your secret phrase to anybody.
What's your link for Crow?
Crypto.com/app.cryptorich. $25 sign up bonus with link. All right, but listen, thank you very, very much for all your questions. Thank you for participating. I hope you found it useful. If you're watching, please give me any comments and likes and subscribes and any questions that you might have. Also, please do use my affiliate link for NordVPN and also for crypto.com, and do subscribe because I'm going to be covering these projects more and more. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Mark and Crypto Carly and Crypto D and Crypto Fifi and Crypto AZ and Crypto Emma signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.